I hadn't seen the film actually when I auditioned. I was on queue to be next on my Amazon. People told me to see it, and I've been wanting to see it. And the day I was supposed to see it, actually, I went to a wine and cheese night party. And at the wine and cheese night party, I met this stranger who texted me the next morning that I should audition for her fiance's new show, What We Do in the Shadows. And that's how I booked What We Do in the Shadows. So I went home and watched the movie immediately.
And I actually saw the movie at a festival. I think it was in Minneapolis, and I was very bummed out that I didn't come up with such a smart and clever idea yet again. You know, to be on the show, I mean, it's very. It's really crazy that, you know, this movie that I really, really loved and thought was brilliant, you know, at the time I wasn't even acting. And so, you know, to now be on the show is crazy. Yeah, I play a energy vampire named Colin Robinson. And he's the type of person you meet in any office. There's always one or two of these people in the office that really drain your energy. And it would be a great place to work if it weren't for, you know, this person or that person coming by your cubicle every day and really zapping your life force. In my instance, Colin Robinson needs to do that to survive. So he's literally draining your life force to give him, you know, sustenance. He's a very boring and droll character.
And I play Guillermo de la Cruz, and he is the familiar to Nandor the Relentless. And basically what that translates to is a slave. So he's a slave with the promise that one day he will be made into a vampire. So he's devoted a decade of his life to serving his master in every possible way. And we'll discover all those avenues as we go along. But then at the end of the day, you know, it's kind of like everyone can relate to him. Everyone has that job, you know, maybe you're working in a corporate office where you're trying to climb that ladder and it's just not happening. It's slow and steady wins the race, but sometimes you're overlooked for that promotion. And sometimes that you have to take a different avenue and take matters into your own hands. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him.
My research came about from temping for 10 years after college. And I worked in a lot of offices, and I've met a lot of energy vampires. So historically in TV, I don't think there has been an energy vampire. So my research really just came out of my life.
For myself, the research I did for basically being a slave was being part of a Mexican family for so long, just doing a lot of work that doesn't get rewarded and expected. Allowance, what's that? You clean your room and do it, and don't expect anything after it. So for me, that was kind of the research I did. I feel like New York.
Yeah, New York and...
Because it's like a party town.
Los Angeles.
All the blood you want, just like every street, everywhere.
I mean, one of the funny things about the show for me is that our vampires are stuck out in Staten Island. And, they control a couple blocks in their city. So it wouldn't be fun to be a vampire in Onalaska, Wisconsin, where I was born.
Or it could be somewhere like Seattle, where it's like so cloudy most of the year. They could actually walk amongst, like people.
Yeah, that's true.
Sun's being blocked.
Yeah,
so I would say, I'll change that to Seattle.
They want a lot of people around them to drain them.